Guys, I don't come make I hear my own for this matter. This matter. Even though I rise TV sharp, 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 go spoil our phone, make I hear my own for this matter. See, the lesson wey dey for this thing be say, no be every woman you go use power, you go use position or connection, intimidate, say, talk or say e no gree. A woman that know her worth, that have her own voice by herself, will fight to speak up for herself. Now wetin happen for Shamba where we see where everybody dey condemn dey do this one. Water no dey just sit down spoil on its own. Something dey enter water before water spoil. We don see say na power play say to una don say the matter be ba, no be me talk am. On live television na the matter come be as e be. For now na mere allege, na we dey until Mr. come out to come talk him own whether na true or not. But as we dey wait to hear, make we pick the lesson wey dey this matter. Make we pick the lesson, hold am well well. Make my opposite gender dey try dey learn. Make una dey try dey learn. You cannot just come and be intimidating somebody. No, it's wrong. The way the matter, the pickings is last year from we are not in clubhouse and all of that. We don dey see the hear things now. Say matter e get as e be. Now I come out, I come talk. Some people dey chat me up. Some people dey say my mouth dey smell. We don hear am o. We never, investigation never even started. We don hear wetin dey. E don yakpata. They don come out, don come pick the kokoro wey dey inside beans. They don pick am comot to come know say okay, the beans no just sit down dey rot ten on its own. Kokoro dey inside, kokoro dey inside, dey bring something. The matter will be this. You cannot intimidate a woman that have her own voice and go scot-free. If you want talk otherwise, you say na blackmail or this one, go your page, go do am. For now, this is my space. Today na Friday, I wan go pray.
Is it to you alone, or this is a particular trend?
Yeah, that's output. That's what I'm about to explain that.
Yes.
Yes. So many people do not know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to speak my own truth, and the Senate President is allowed to counter that. It all started on the 8th of December, 2023, which was a day before his birthday and my birthday. We are birthday mates. We were all in Akwa Ibom because he had a big fanfare in the stadium. Myself, my husband, and a few of his close friends, we went to Akwa Ibom. And at first, we were at Ikot Ekpene. We were in his house in Ikot Ekpene. Then we all moved to his house in Uyo, which was about 8 p.m. And he held my hand and said he wanted to show me around his house. My husband was walking behind us, just three of us. We're walking around from room to room. He showed me the beautiful interior. This was done by this, by that, this designer here, he bought this from. I was like, oh, it's beautiful. And then I noticed that he hastened his pace while still holding my hand. And my husband was behind, still on his phone, but he was catching up whenever he could. And then he got to this particular sitting room, and he said, do you like my house? I said, of course, sir. Every room, beautiful, nice interior, quality taste. He said, now that you're a senator, I'm going to create a time for us to come spend quality moments here. You will enjoy it. At that point, I just pulled away, and I was like, I don't really understand what exactly that meant. But then my husband now, when I turned around, I saw my husband was already near me. And the way my husband looked at me and looked at him, I was beginning to wonder, did he hear part of that inciting statements or not? And then the Senate President, too, I saw that he also had that thought, like, did my husband hear the invitation to treat or not? So then the Senate President now said, oh, by the way, let me show you my chapel. He has a chapel in his house as well. So while we were going to the chapel, you know, we walked in silence and all. So that evening, before we left the Senate President's house at about 11 midnight to the 4 points in Ikot Ekpene. And my husband asked me, Natasha, what did the Senate President whisper to you? What was he telling you? I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have a good time? Or should I just kill it there, wrap it as if there was nothing? Because tomorrow was a big day. I know how much my husband adores husband. Nothing. I can't remember what I created, but I just gave him some words to manage, to mask what was said. After, when we laid in bed, I lay to my right, and my husband wrapped his arms around me, and he said, "My love, you know you can't tell me anything. What did the Senate president tell you?" Again, I was like, "Don't you believe me?" I said, "Nothing. Nothing. Moreover, it's my birthday in a few minutes. Let's just be happy." Then my husband told me he doesn't want to see me travel out of the country alone, and I should not go to the Senate president's house because he has a guest house where many senators do go there, you know, after office to like get approvals and all that. So I told him, okay, no problems. That was it. I thought that was going to be the end. But then, in February, I wanted to move a motion. I wanted to move a motion for the investigation on the ills of corrupt practice in Ajakuta Steel Company. I listed that motion 5 times. It was the 6th time that it was listed on the order paper that was approved. Many senators can testify to that. Each time the motion is listed, just before he takes it, he will say, "Oh, Senator Natasha, we can't take this motion because the board of the Senate does not accommodate it." Or he will speak on others and then let it drag so that just before my motion is taken, the time will be well spent and won't. So he kept on doing that. I went to him in his office. And I said, "Senate President, you know how important this Ajakuta Steel Company to me is. You know how important it is to my people and to Nigerians. I've noticed that you have stepped down this motion. As a matter of fact, a number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it." I was like, "Sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important. It's been listed." Then it was listed the 3rd time I stepped down. He then said, "Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me and make me happy." At that point, I said, "Sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this." He said, "Well, the ball is in your court." I left his office, and when I got home, I told my husband, I didn't tell my husband what happened. I just told my husband, "Please, can you speak to the Senate president to allow my motion scale through?" I think I also spoke to the DSP, to the leader, Senator Pemi. I spoke to a number of senators that they should please intervene and allow him to laugh. I never told them what happened. My husband had to take a trip to London. Then the Senate president traveled to London. My husband met with the Senate president in London and pleaded with him, "Let my wife take this motion on Ajakuta. That is very important to her."
Okay. Conversation, and then you have felt like you've been maligned as a result of you not agreeing to certain propositions, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
what has happened? You know, the story of when a student keeps being failed.
Yes.
Please, let me say this, Ayo. You know the situation we see in universities whereby a student is continuously being failed just because she has not slept with the lecturer. That's what I've been facing, in simple terms.
Thank you. Professor Kila.
That is what I have been going through.
Thank you very much,
And
Professor Kila.
now, moving to, should I